Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be studying about transmission media for data communication. Okay, so transmission media are the actual path through which the data travels when it is sent from the sender and received by the receiver. So it is the path that carries the signal, and that path can be of two major types. It can be a guided path, which we call as guided transmission or wired transmission, and the second is the unguided transmission, which is wireless transmission. Okay, so the transmission or the communication of data will happen in the form of signals. Now these signals can be of different kinds. Now we'll see what are the different kinds of transmission medium and what signals are used in each of them. So let's start with guided transmission first. So as I said, guided transmission involves the presence of a physical link or a physical channel. Okay, so by physical I mean anything that can be touched by you. So just like you can hold a wire or a cable in your hand, you can physically touch that medium through which the communication is happening. So it is a guided transmission. Guided means you're getting the guidance, the signal that is carrying the data is being guided, is receiving the guidance through that path, because that path is fixed. The signal has to travel inside the wire only, inside the cable only, and that is why guided transmission media is also generally referred to as wired transmission media. Okay, now data is transferred in this media in the form of signals. Now these can be electric signals or they can be light signals. So we'll be studying three main kinds of guided transmission media, and we will be seeing that what kind of signals are used in each of them. So the three major categories of wired transmission or guided transmission media are twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, and fiber optic cables. So in twisted pair and coaxial cables, electric signals are used, whereas in fiber optics, light signals are used that carry data for transmission. Okay, so this was guided transmission. Now let's come to unguided transmission. So unguided means the signal does not have any guidance. It is traveling in open air in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay, so there is no physical wire or cable that is present. It is a wireless medium. All right, it is also known as wireless transmission, and data is mainly traveling through air in the form of electromagnetic waves. So these can be radio waves, they can be microwaves, they can be infrared waves, or they can be light waves. We will be studying all of them as well in the future videos, and different applications and type of guided and unguided media. But for now, let's understand the basic differences between them. So now in the case of unguided transmission, what generally happens is, if you are communicating or sending the signal through air, you need some sending and receiving device. So these are the antenna that are present or that are installed at the top of buildings or even at the top of your houses for receiving cable signals or for receiving internet signals, right? So antenna are devices that are useful for unguided transmission or wireless transmission, and along with antenna there is some a second kind of device which is known as repeaters. So repeater, as the name suggests, it is repeating the signal. Now why is the signal being repeated? So what happens is, since the signal travels through long distances, it tends to become weak over large distance. Okay, so it happens that at certain points between the sender and receiver, you will have to install certain devices which are called repeaters, which check with if the signal quality that is coming from the previous sender is weakened, and it is thought that this weak signal might not reach its final destination, that then in that case repeaters strengthen the signal. So they do not change the data, they do not change the signal in any other manner except for strengthening it so that it can be again sent further and it can finally reach its destination. Okay, so it might happen that if this is the sender and this is the receiver, the sender has an antenna and the receiver has its antenna for receiving the signal, but the distance is so long that we might need a repeater in between, and this repeater will make the signal strong enough so that it can finally reach the receiver. Okay, so as we studied, the communication medium are of two types, the wired medium and the wireless media, and three types of wired media that we will be studying in the next class are twisted pair, coaxial and fiber optic cables, and the wireless media are radio waves, microwaves and infrared waves. So visible light or light waves are not a part of your syllabus, so we'll not be doing that. As of now, this was all for today's lecture. If you have understood this video and it helped you in some manner, please let us know in the comment section below. Like this video, share it with your friends, and that's all. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video. Mind your exam.